everybody, welcome to Rice-Eccles Stadium, downtown Salt Lake City. You're looking at the Orlando Apollos and the Salt Lake Stallions. The Stallions trying to get back to 500. The Apollos coming in undefeated. And yes, that white stuff you see is snow on the ground. It has been snowing here for the last hour or two. It's accumulating on the field. They basically brought out what is the equivalent to a Zamboni to try to clear it off. Sean O'Hara, my Super Bowl champion, three-time Pro Bowl center. Of course you love these conditions. Orlando, perhaps not so much. Their offense, a classic Steve Spurrier offense, his fingerprints all over it, and it really starts with the quarterback, Garrett Gilbert. Yeah, Garrett Gilbert's been phenomenal, and through the first 3 weeks of the season, look, he's made his stake on this MVP candidate. I think when you look at the offense, they've been so explosive. Look, the #1 ranked offense in the league. Look at the points per game, 32 points a game. It'll be interesting to see if they can maintain that explosive plays. You see right there, most in the league with 26. Can they continue that despite the weather here tonight? And receiver Charles Johnson been on the receiving end of a lot of those plays. Meanwhile, for the Stallions, the backbone of this team, a rapidly improving defense. Yeah, obviously up front, they did a great job last week getting after the quarterback, led by that guy, Carter Schultz. He's done a great job. You see there, 3 sacks last week. They had 10 quarterback hits. They actually knocked Arizona's quarterback, John Wolford, out of the game. They're going to try to do that again. He's aided by Mike Purcell, the interior rusher for the Stallions. I think there's Greer Martini, who had a big interception last week as well, so look for him to have a big impact in this game. I think Mother Nature gave him a little bit of an assist as well with this offense. Now they're going to be forced to run the football. The Apollos will. You can see the temperature there right at 32 degrees. The wind was whipping around earlier when I was on the field pregame, and the snow is coming down here in Salt Lake City. Jason Fisher going to be on the sideline with us the entire game, and he's with the head ball coach.
Hey. Coach, you're 3-0 to start the season, but all those games have been in warm weather or a dome. How are these elements tonight going to affect your team and your game plan?
Well, probably they can't throw it around as much as we used to, but still, it's the same for both teams. So I think our guys are ready to play. We'll see what happens.
All right, now despite nearly 90 years of combined coaching experience and 3 decades of friendship, this is your first time going up against your friend Dennis Erickson. What does that mean to you tonight? What's this going to be like?
Oh, he and I are good buddies. We're going to be good buddies as soon as the game's over, and whoever wins, the players will determine it.
All right, awesome. Well, good luck. Stay warm, Coach. All right.
The head ball coach having some fun, and there is the friend that they were talking about, Dennis Erickson. Golf buddies. They've known each other for quite some time. He said they used to chat about how they were going to take down Florida State.
Yeah, take down Bobby Bowden.
Florida and Miami didn't play each other at that time. As you know, there are no kickoffs in the Alliance. That's a look at Hines Ward, the head of football development for the Alliance. He will be placing the ball on the 25-yard line to get things started here. And we're going to get our first look at this Apollos offense. And how about the snow already down there on the field? My man, Sean O'Hara. My goodness.
First snap, here we go.
We are underway here at Rice-Eccles Stadium, home of the Utes. And the Stallions, first play of the game, going to be a little inside pitch, taken down right away. Jalen Marshall not going anywhere. And here is the aforementioned Garrett Gilbert, a 6th-round pick from the 2014 draft by the Rams, leads the league in passing, exploded with 393 yards in week 2.
He's got great command of this offense. The most impressive thing for me, Dan, is he has yet to throw an interception, so he's been perfect through the first 3 weeks.
Wow, I can't believe you brought out the jinx here on 2nd and 15. My goodness. Going to keep it on the ground again, and as you can see, real slippery there in the backfield. Right away, that's Johnny Paul.
Great start for Salt Lake already. They stuffed the jet sweep on the first play and then stuffed up the middle, forced them to the outside right here. So this is exactly how you wanted to start the game if you're the Stallions defense.
That Stallions defense has been very good the last couple of weeks as we go through that offense for the Apollos. Garrett Gilbert, Dearness Johnson in the backfield, coming off the best game by an Apollos running back this year. They're going to need something here on 3rd and 20. big to happen. They decide to keep it on the ground. That's not enough for the first down. Micah Hanneman there to make the tackle as Dearness Johnson picks up a nice chunk, but that's not going to be nearly enough. So first drive of the game is going to end in a punt for the Apollos.
Yeah, 3 and out's a great start. Obviously a pretty conservative play call there on 3rd and long, just a draw. You want to just get away with this. Pretty interesting. You know, when you look at the conditions, Dan, the first thing that comes to my mind is the quarterback-center exchange. They went shotgun in the first 3 plays, so they're not worried about it at all from the Apollo side. Obviously, this will be interesting to watch here how this first punt is affected by the weather.
Ben Turk punting for the Apollos. If that name sounds familiar, it's because it is. His uncle is longtime NFL punter Matt Turk. Kalen Clay back to receive, lets it bounce. You probably, if you're not confident you're going to make the catch, don't want to get anywhere near the ball in these conditions.
No, he did a great job last week of running up to catch that ball, and there was a lot of hidden yardage. When that ball hits the ground, you could lose a lot of yardage, so certainly didn't want to get up there and have a negative play early on.
That's going to go in the books as a 59-yard punt as we get our first look at Josh Woodrum. Josh Woodrum missed about a game and a half with a hamstring injury. He has bounced around the NFL, 6 teams in total. Studied under the tutelage of Joe Flacco. Also said Matt Barkley was very helpful when he was in Chicago.
This offense looked totally different with him last week. He was much more accurate. Obviously, as you mentioned, he missed week 2. He missed the second half in week 1. That changes the whole offense.
Hey, stay with it every play, okay? Stay with it.
So the Stallions' first drive of the game going to start on their own 18-yard line in these snowy conditions here at Rice-Eccles. And they decide to keep it on the ground as well. That's going to go for about 3 yards for the Stallions. And first carry of the game goes to Brandon Oliver. Josh Banks in on the tackle. Brandon Oliver, of course, the former San Diego Charger.
Yeah, not a big surprise here. You know, Dennis Erickson talked all week long, and he's been talking all season about, I've got a big offensive line. Use them as a weapon. Try to establish the run. Certainly try to establish the line of scrimmage against Orlando.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain for the Stallions. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this today, keeping his head down very close to the first down. Leon Orr makes the tackle. And you can see what Brandon Oliver does so well.
Watch the center right here, Jake Bennett. He's going to pull around right here, get a good block on the linebacker right there. Actually, pretty good play by Reggie Northrup to undercut the block right there. The Apollos, without their big playmaker on defense, Terrence Garvin, he's inactive tonight.
Terrence Garvin leads the league in interceptions with 3 from the linebacker position. You don't see that very often. 3rd and 1. Again, on the ground. Oliver looked to be very close to the first down. I think if they give him forward progress, we're going to see first down Stallions here.
I'll tell you, it looks like a pretty healthy spot right here. You can see the yellow line right there. Yeah, good view right there from the sky cam. He looks like he got over that yellow line.
Yep, I think you're right. And they do indeed give him the first down. Ball now on the 29-yard line. First down, Salt Lake. And they said they were really looking for more explosive plays this week. I don't know if that's going to happen in these conditions as Oliver gets the carry again. Look through this starting offensive lineup for the Stallions. A lot of beef up front. A lot of beef up front. DeMornay Pearsonell, their leading receiver, coming into this game with 8 catches for 90 yards. And then, of course, Oliver and Buonio, 2 of the top 7 leading rushers through 3 weeks of the
One
AAL.
play at a time.
Yeah, you want some beef. How about left tackle Jeremiah Putasi goes 334. The left guard Uatafi goes 325. They're going to run behind them a lot.
On 2nd and 9, it's Oliver again. Oliver with some room, spins his way to the first down. It's been the Brandon Oliver show so far for the Stallions.
Nice little stretch play here to the right. There's a big gaping hole. Looks like they're just going to run this right in the B gap. Good job by the right guard getting up to the backer. And look at this. Look at BO, as they call him, fighting for extra yards right here. You know, sometimes, Dan, when the field gets a little slick like that, it makes it even harder to play defense. Now you get a little slash, a little one cut as a running back. These guys start to slide a little bit.
And the advantage, you would say, as he ducks under a would-be tackler, Brandon Oliver turns nothing into something. That was Josh Banks initially in the backfield, but Oliver, who goes about 5'8", ducks under the tackle and picks up 2.
Yeah, great job making the unblocked defender miss. You mentioned Josh Banks. He came knifing in off the edge. That should have been a tackle for a loss, but nice move by Oliver.
Josh Banks, who goes 6'3", could not get down low enough to corral Oliver as the Stallions are looking at 2nd and 8 from their own 45. First pass of the game. Woodrum with time has a man. That's caught. His tight end, Nick Truesdell, the 28-year-old from Cincinnati, Ohio. Here's another look.
Yeah, you mentioned the first pass of the game. They've run the ball well to set up this play action. Nice little move the pocket. You could see, Woodrum, I mean, he was kind of being delicate with his footwork out there, trying not to slip.
Listen, I can tell you firsthand, walking down there before the game, it is very slippery down there. And obviously the advantage has to go to the offense because they know where they're going. The defense is in reaction mode as Oliver again picks up maybe one. Earl Okine, first man there making the tackle for the Apollos. This Apollos defense, very strong in the linebacking core, but playing shorthanded. Sean, you mentioned the fact they're playing without Terrence Garvin. Ryan Davis, also a starter at outside linebacker, not going to be there as well. So Terrence Park slides in. Andrew Ankra going to be starting as well. That ball coach there, 2nd and 9 here. They swing out the pass to Newby. Newby with some nifty footwork, hops over a man, picks up the first down for the Stallions, and they're moving.
Dan, we got a little, this is kind of like a little swing screen. They're going to leak out the left guard and the left tackle. Watch Putasi get out here, out in space. I call it elephants on parade. The defensive back goes low, he goes low.
That was our first look tonight at Terrell Newby. Offensive coordinator Tim Lopano says he's one of the better route-running running backs that he's ever coached.
He's got the best hands out of these running backs, too.
Here's Newby again. This time they keep it on the ground. Gained about 2 before he's taken down by Antonio Garad. And I believe we have our first flag of the game.
Illegal formation. Offense, number 73 was on the end of the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
A penalty called on left tackle, Jeremiah Putasi. Let's take a look at our home keys to the game, brought to you by At Home, the home decor superstore. Sean?
Yeah, for Orlando, they lead the league in penalties, so they've got to clean it up on both sides of the football. Defensively, they're last in the alliance and getting off the field on 3rd down, so they've got to find a way to keep the quarterback in the pocket. And then obviously for Salt Lake, they've got to get some explosive plays. They haven't had a lot of them this year, least amount of explosive plays in the league, and they've got to get pressure on Garrett Gilbert.
Back to throw again, dumping off on 1st and 15. Newby picks up 7. You talked about the explosive plays or the lack thereof for Salt Lake. Lopano, when we talked to him, really hammered that home. We have to have more explosive plays, and it's understandable. Through 3 games, they have 1 completion of 20 yards or more the entire season.
Yeah, certainly a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, the injuries at wide receiver. Kalen Clay didn't play the first 2 weeks, and obviously Josh Woodrum, with him being out, that has affected it. But last week, totally different story. Completed 71% of his passes, and the offense looked much more efficient.
2nd and 10. Woodrum going to throw. Looks like he might have lost the handle on that one. Was trying to hit Anthony Denham.
You know, you mentioned offensive coordinator Tim Lopano. You know, we talked to him about scripting the plays, and he said, you know, sometimes you script them and you end up getting off track by the 6th play. But he's done a really nice job here on this first drive, mixing it up obviously early on, a lot of run plays, but some pretty safe and easy intermediate throws to get this quarterback into a rhythm. Nice move the pocket pass, a couple of swing passes and some screen throws, that builds the confidence for your quarterback.
Monday.
He had a separate 10-play script for the snow.
Probably not.
3rd and 10 here for Woodrum. Again, finds his man over the middle. DeMornay Pearson L. taken down short of the first down.
It just looks like a little shallow cross right here. They've got him in zone coverage. A pretty easy little throw.
Jerome Copland, the 3rd, making the tackle on Pearson L. So they're looking at 4th and 1.
Monday.
And Woodrum will be under center here. Keeping on the ground on 4th and 1. And that's going to be mighty close. He's right on it. I think they're probably going to give it to him. Looks like Newby fought his way ahead there for that first down. Let's see where they spot it.
You know, interesting, Dan, that Newby's in the game and not Buonio. He's kind of their bigger back. And he was the running back that actually got them the first down last week when Erickson went for it on 4th and 1.
Joel Buonio, 228 pounds. He's built for games like this. The measurement coming in here as they bring the sticks out in the snow. And they are going to be short by about 6 inches. The Boo Birds not liking that spot. I think it's okay with the head ball coach. We're back here in the first quarter in Salt Lake in just a moment.
Free, 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 free. Free, free, free. Free, 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 free.
Free. Free.
That's right. TurboTax Free is free. Free, 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 free.
Back with another look at this Apollo's offense. Orlando has been the cream of the crop in the Alliance thus far, along with Birmingham, one of 2 undefeated teams remaining. And the number 1 offense has had some close calls. They've had to come back. They've had some trouble establishing the running game early, but late in games they've really leaned on it as Gilbert is complete over the middle to Jalen Marshall. And a heck of a catch in these conditions.
Dan, nice throw by Gilbert. He's going to get some pressure. Carter Schultz going to get a little hit on him down low, but look at that grab by Marshall. Yeah, nicely done. You can see him. Good route right there. Just a little deep slant.
Skycam brought to you this evening by Wheels Up. Getting a good look at this snowy turf here at Rice Eccles. Davion Smith checks into the game for the Apollos alongside Gilbert in the backfield. He takes the handoff and picks up 3 before Carter Schultz, the first man there to make the tackle. Schultz been an absolute monster for Salt Lake this year. And this is a big hit with Carter down on the field right now. We'll be back and check in to see what's wrong with Carter Schultz after this.
I've been a soldier for 3 years. I've scaled the toughest terrain and faced plenty of my fears as part of my training. And for the past 2 years, I've been a Navy Federal member. So even out here, I can pay securely with mobile pay, linked to my free checking account.
I don't know about this.
What did she say?
She said, I don't know about that.
I couldn't hear my helmet.
No, your ears are completely exposed.
Yeah,
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Dan, looks like they're checking out his left knee. Good to see Carter Schultz coming in on the right side of the screen. He's coming in here to make the tackle. Yeah, it looks like his legs, as he made the tackle, just kind of slid around. Couldn't see Yeah, see that left leg kind of gets caught up by the offensive lineman right there. Yeah, for the Stallions, you need him back out there. He's been a big presence,
to say the least.
Leads the league in sacks with 4.
Yeah, he's definitely the leader up front. And we are going to the air again. Are the Apollos trying to find Davion Smith? I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that. The ball is slipping right through the hands.
Yeah, that's a tough miss for Gilbert. His first miss of the game. You know, pretty good pocket right there. He was able to kind of get through his progression, just going for his check down. He just overthrew him. Looked like Davion Smith would have had a little room to run the football there if he could have put it on him.
So now looking at 3rd and medium. 6 to be exact. 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right for Gilbert.
Green time, green time.
Gilbert back to throw again. This time feeling the pressure, trying to decide whether to use his feet and pick it up himself. Did he get enough? That is the question on 3rd and 6.
Looks like a pretty good spot from here, Helly.
I think it's healthy.
How about Garrett Gilbert? He showed his wheels last week. Here he is. Good job passing off the twist on the left side by the O-line. Sneaks out right here. Does he reach the ball over? Yeah, it looks like he does.
I think he does. Johnny Paul, kind of the last man there, trying to shove him out of bounds before he gets to that first down marker. You talked about using his wheels last week, as they are going to be facing 4th and 1. He was just a wee bit short. You talk about Gilbert using his wheels last week. 7 carries, 43 yards, including a big touchdown run. Not known for running the ball, but that's the best rushing game by a quarterback in the Alliance this season.
Yeah, and actually he lost some yards by taking a knee at the end of the game. He would have had over 50 yards rushing. But you mentioned the big run, the 21-yard touchdown run. He actually broke a couple tackles. We were talking to Spurrier. He said that was actually his own read. He just kind of called his own number and turned it into a quarterback keeper. Got to go for it here, though, Hilly.
Oh, there's no doubt. Run that thing right up the middle, or do you get crazy? Do you get creative? Maybe a little play action.
Not in this snow.
I wouldn't put anything past that man. 1 for 3 on 4th down conversions this season. They're going to try to make it 2 for 4 and an even 50%.
I'm surprised they're in shotgun here.
I am too.
Green time, green time.
Gilbert with the snap, keeping it on the ground. They pick up the first down. Davion Smith. Huge first down gain for the Apollos before he's dragged down by Cody Brown.
Nice run by Davion. He's going to put his foot in the ground and just cut back right behind the right tackle. The tight end did a great job. He actually got a 2 for 1 right there on the backside. Washed the defensive end down and got a piece of the linebacker. Really good job by the tight end, Scott Orndorff.
Just a huge hole there. Nice work by the big men up front and the tight end, as you mentioned. First down on the 30 for Garrett Gilbert. Again, keeping it on the ground, and again, it's Smith. Will Davis wraps him up. Davis, one of the leaders of this Stallions secondary, former 3rd-round pick of the Miami Dolphins. 25 games of NFL experience. Really enjoyed chatting with him yesterday. The numbers there on Davion Smith. Davis is a man who I could see easily stepping into the broadcast booth. Very smart young man who played his college ball not too far away from here at Utah State. On the same team as Bobby Wagner, thrown on 2nd and 8. Gilbert has a man complete to Ronell Hall. That's going to go for just about 2 as Johnny Paul keeps him from picking up any more.
Steve Spurrier's not scared of the snow, and neither is Gilbert. They spread him out, go empty formation. Basically just kind of a check down throw to a little out route.
3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line here at a very snowy Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake.
This is the first time out of the half for Orlando. Timeout on the field.
How old are you?
Basically 15.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
Shazam.
A lair. Yes, if you have a location like on a cliff.
Overlooking some water.
Then we will take that.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
Welcome back to Salt Lake. Snow still falling here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. The Apollos on the 25-yard line of the Stallions, looking at 3rd and 5 as we are still waiting to see our first points of the game. It is a slippery track down there, I can tell you. Good news, though, for this Stallions defense. Carter Schultz back in the game after he left with an injury a few plays ago. The leading sack master here in the AAF with 4. 3rd and 5. Gilbert fakes the handoff, takes his shot, has a man in the end zone through the hands of his leading receiver, Charles Johnson.
It's the first time he's targeted Charles Johnson, and looked like a pretty good ball right there. I think just a good play right here by Will Davis.
Number 64.
Charles Johnson, the leading receiver in the Alliance. A good ball right there. I mean, he puts it back there. Oh, man.
That's great coverage.
Yeah, nice job by Will Smith getting his hand up just off the fingertips of Charles Johnson.
All right, a 43-yard field goal attempt for Elliott Fry. The former South Carolina Gamecock kicks it up, and it is good. Not easy conditions to be kicking in here in Salt Lake. So the Apollos on the board first, up 3-0 here in the first.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you, or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
An Elliott Fry field goal puts Orlando on top of Salt Lake, the first score of the game. Fry, by the way, still a perfect 7 for 7 on the season. That caps a 9-play, 53-yard drive that ate up almost 4 minutes of clock for Orlando. Salt Lake did a decent job of moving the ball down the field.
We got to give some props to the battery. Great snap, great hold.
Absolutely. In these conditions, no doubt. On the ground again, Oliver picks up 6. Brandon Oliver been doing some work here early for the Stallions. They've really been a two-headed monster this season in the backfield with Brandon Oliver and Joel Buonio. We have yet to see Buonio in this game. It's been Oliver and Newby thus far. 8 carries, 34 yards so far for the former Charger.
Clearly trying to grind the ball out. The Stallions are offensively. You know, the weather's a factor, but let's not forget about the altitude. That could end up being a factor in this game as well.
Absolutely. They're going to throw here. Richard over the middle, has a man. Adonis Jennings makes the catch and then hops up and tries to get a few more before he's slammed to the turf by Josh Evans. Huge play for the Stallions.
Yeah, nice throw. I thought he overthrew the other receiver coming across the middle of the field, but man, good throw, even better catch. And he took a shot when he delivered that football too.
This is the end of the first quarter. Timeout on the field.
A 38-yard gain, and the Stallions are moving courtesy of Adonis Jennings. Can they get their first points of the game as the first quarter is in the books?
Free agency frenzy begins.
This could be a key addition.
With live breaking coverage of all the latest news and rumors from around the league.
That is breaking news.
Free agency frenzy starts Sunday, March 10th, only on NFL Network.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Raber.
Hey, Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Rangers! Hey, let's play football. Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too.
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Freshness? You want to show how the ATL do?
Bring it. That way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Kill 'em.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring 'em.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They still going crazy.
Can I bring? Definitely bring that. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
Will, hey, my man, you're in the middle of the game. I know, we're live on TV right now. Will, playing in these conditions cannot be easy. How are you doing out there on the defense?
Right now I'm doing good. You know, obviously we knew coming in there I was going to try his deep. You know, then obviously 12's hell of Italian, already made my play, so it's going to be a grind. The main thing is just keeping these cleats, you know, getting that ice off the cleats, man, because it's slippery out here.
Orlando likes to throw the ball. They're still doing it despite the weather. I mean, yeah, you like that?
Yeah, bro. I mean, this is what it's for. The more times I throw it, the more times I make plays. So that's what I want.
All right, well, go make some plays, my man. All right. Thanks, guys. Back to you. Stay warm up there.
Oh, you hear that parting shot from Fish?
Hey, stay dry, Jason. He's doing a great job down there. Brave soul.
1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. Keeping it on the ground again are the Stallions. That's Oliver going for 3. It's beginning to be very difficult to see where the ball is in terms of the hash marks, in terms of what yard line we're down there on the field. You've played in a couple of these snow games.
Yeah, it's getting a little blurry there. My rookie year when I was with the Cleveland Browns, I was playing center. We were playing the Tennessee Titans, and there was a foot of snow. You couldn't see the hash marks. You couldn't see the sidelines. The referees just started spotting the ball in the middle of the field saying, hey, we're not going to try to figure out where these hash marks are.
Probably best. I'm trying to figure out where the ball is myself out there on the field. Hard to see here. As Woodrum back to throw again, has a man. That's going to be good for the first down. That pass is complete to Kenny Bell. Kenny Bell, one of the faster players on the team, back after suffering a quad injury. And Woodrum very familiar with him. They spent some time together with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, Kenny Bell boosted this offense last week. He had 4 catches for 39 yards. 5th-round pick to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2005. His dad played for Denver. Had over 2,000 yards as a returner in the late 80s.
And this time, it's going to be Brandon Oliver caught behind the line of scrimmage. Earl Okine there to make the stop.
Well, I tell you, Reggie Northrup is having a game already. 2 of the last 3 plays, he's fended off some blockers to make a stop.
And Northrup, really the emotional leader of this defense. Spent some time with the Redskins and the Rams in 2017, played in the CFL, and he was a member of that 2013 National Championship team at FSU. 2nd and 11, Oliver on the ground again, picks up 2. Oliver now 11 carries after that fast start for 38 yards.
Well, Reggie Northrup was 2nd on the team in tackles. Their leading tackler, we mentioned before, Terrence Garvin, not playing today, inactive. He's battling a knee injury, so Northrup's got to step up. Terrence Parks actually takes the place of Terrence Garvin, but Orlando, they've got some stud linebackers. They've got some big ones, too. We mentioned Earl Okine earlier.
6'7" is what he goes by.
Remarkable.
Woodrum going to throw again. Woodrum pressure, drops the ball, bounces right back to him. Lucky break there as Okine was putting the pressure on.
Yeah, Okine finished the playoff. Looked like Ankara got some pressure early on, number 55. You'll see him come in on the twist on the left side. He gets his hand on the quarterback and the football, it looks like.
Number 73 is eligible. Number 73 is eligible.
Woodrum lucky to fall on the ball right here.
Number 64 is eligible.
Taylor Bertolet, the Texas A&M product, will be attempting a 41-yard field goal. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how slippery it is out there on the Rice-Eccles turf. No kick is an easy kick in these conditions. Bertolet up and good. And we have a tie ball game here.
Nice
Early
hold
in the second quarter. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Nothing comes easily. That's what happens in golf and in life. I'm very fortunate that I can lean on people, and that for me is what teamwork's all about. You can't do everything yourself. You need someone to guide you and help you make those tough decisions. That's Morgan Stanley. They're industry leaders, but the most important thing is they want to do it the right way. I'm really excited to be part of the Morgan Stanley team. I'm Justin Rose. We are Morgan Stanley.
Taylor Bertolet's field goal ties the game up at 3. Another look at the kick. Great job by the holder, Austin Rico, to get that snap down in these snowy conditions here.
Yeah, the kicker, you always want to make sure your plant foot's there, but the snap was a little bit inside. Good job by Rico to get it down.
Davion Smith behind Garrett Gilbert once again for the Apollos. And he is not going anywhere. A slew of stallions there, including Tenny Palapoy and Greer Martini. Tomorrow, 2019 NFL Scouting Combine continues as Josh Allen, Nick Bosa, and the top defensive linemen and linebackers looking to make their mark in Indy. The 2019 NFL Scouting Combine continues at 9 a.m. Eastern right here on NFL Network. Hakeem Hunt checking in the game. They fake the handoff there, then they dump it off to Hunt. Hunt picks up the first down. Nifty moves. You can see the speed from the man who started the first 2 games of the season for the Apollos.
You're going to see another hit on the quarterback by Carter Schultz. How about the block out there in space by the left guard, Jordan McCray, number 64. He cuts the linebacker right there. Touchdown saving tackle by Greer Martini.
Absolutely a 19-yard gain for Hakeem Hunt. Look at the numbers on the season. Hunt played his college ball at Purdue, so my guess is he's played in conditions like this before. Back to throw is Gilbert, and nothing going there. He was again looking for Charles Johnson, but no chance for Johnson to make a play on that ball.
Yeah, Greer Martini made the tackle on the previous play. He got pressure. Looked like it was a blitz, and he ran right by the running back. It's almost like he didn't even see him. Well, he's lucky that wasn't a pick six going the other way, the way that ball fluttered in the air.
Talked to Orlando running backs coach David Reeves about his backfield before the game. Said he worried about all these Florida guys playing in these conditions. He goes, no, man, we have Davion Smith played at Michigan. Hunt played at Purdue. We've seen this before. On 2nd and 10, going to the air, unable to hold on is Jalen Marshall.
Well, we basically saw the same play earlier on in the game, and Jalen Marshall was able to make the catch. Here you see the ball's just a little bit high, but yeah, he's got to make that catch.
Got to make that catch, but they're going to try to use the body. So slippery out there, even with these gloves on, that make catching the ball a lot easier than it was 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. That moisture gets there, and the ball's, just a little bit high and behind. It makes it hard. But hey, look, he played college football at Ohio State. He played 10 games with the New York Jets, so he's dealt with this.
On 3rd and 10, that pass complete to Rennell Hall. And he's saying, I got the first down. Had to kind of come back to make the catch, and you can see the official saying that to him.
It's 4th down.
The road is short. That ball was on a rope.
I don't think there's any question here, is there, as to whether they go for it or not. Gilbert in the
something
offense.
That has plagued Orlando all year long. They've really struggled on 3rd down. They have yet to convert a 3rd down in this game. Looks like they may review the spot. Good luck seeing what yard line that's on.
Yeah, that is not a job that I would want right now.
It's near midfield.
Technically, the ball on the 47-yard line. Yeah,
he's calling. He's got the play call. Here comes the extra tight end. All right, here comes Davion Smith.
You can imagine what Garrett Gilbert is hearing in his headset. Oh, shucks, Garrett, might as well go for it.
Behind the game, it's 4th down.
The explanation from our referee, Brandon Cruz.
Confirmed. Well, I'll tell you, for the Stallions, Silver Siliga, and I mentioned before, Mike Purcell have done a great job inside.
Keeping it on the ground here, head down. Second effort picks up the first down. Davion Smith. Well done there before he's taken down by Micah Hanneman. Stopped initially behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, really good push right back in here by the left guard and left tackle. But he just bounces off. Looks like he ran into the tight end there. You mentioned a good second effort.
And it looked like Trevor Riley, the linebacker, got caught inside. Ball now on the 42-yard line. Fresh set of downs for Orlando. Keeping on the ground. King Hunt. Johnny Paul.
Big hit by Paul.
The Utah product.
Yeah, just a little draw play, Helly, and you mentioned it, Johnny Paul. He's going to come out of the left side of the screen. Look at him just come flying up, unblocked. Good job there by Siliga, too, getting in on it. You know, this Orlando offense, last week, they really found the running game in the second half of the game, but they're doing a pretty good job here.
2nd and 10. Back to throw is Gilbert. Gilbert pressured. Completes the pass to Charles Johnson. Looked for a minute like that Stallions defense might get to him, but he remained calm in the pocket.
Looks like we lost one of our audio guys down there, too. Hope he's all right. Good job by Gilbert using the legs again. I tell you, it's been a pretty good matchup to watch on the outside. Will Smith versus Charles Johnson. He's done a pretty good job right there, but the scramble drill, that's one of the toughest things for defensive backs to handle. It's a long time to have to cover.
17-yard gain for Charles Johnson. His first catch of the ball game. Gilbert back to throw again. Gilbert with time. Complete. Again, it's Johnson. Johnson going to go for about 6 before he says hello to C.J. Smith. Over 7:20 to go here in the first half. You can see the snowy, slippery conditions here in Salt Lake. A far cry.
There's no foul on the play for defensive holding. The running back was fit too.
From what the Apollos played in last week against Memphis at home in Orlando.
Please put 7:24 on the game clock. 7:24 on the game clock, please.
Adding a few more seconds to the game clock here. Going to set that at 7:24 as the clock runs. We're looking at 2nd and 2. Remember, a quicker pace here in the AAF. Play clock's 35 seconds. Not a lot of time to mess around. Davion Smith again in the backfield. 2nd and 2. He's not going anywhere. Greer Martini, the former Golden Domer at Notre Dame, takes him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Greer Martini, you see him right here. He's just going to attack downhill. And really unblocked. I don't know where the center was going on that one. Somebody's got to account for the middle linebacker, Dan. He's usually the first guy you point out. There he is. There's the mic. Tell the quarterback what to do. That's what most centers do. Quarterback gets all the credit. That's all right.
Says the center, sitting beside me up here in the booth.
He didn't block anybody on that play, so I can't give him credit.
Sean Price lined up at fullback. Orlando going to throw here. Nothing going for Gilbert, trying to direct some traffic. Was looking for Chris Thompson.
Well, he had all day to throw that ball. Carter Schultz going to get some pressure at the end, but again, another third down play that they can't convert. Looked like a little three-step. He wanted to get the ball out.
You can see him throw his hands up in the air as he's
reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
He's waiting.
Slides across the turf.
Trying to throw you the ball, get open.
Elliott Fry back in. Long snappers Drew Ferris. Ben Turk, the punter. The all-important holder in these conditions. This one from 37 yards out.
He struggled in pregame going this direction.
And whistles are blown before the kick goes up. Fry, as we mentioned, a perfect 7-for-7, made his earlier field goal, has yet to miss this season. Played for Steve Spurrier at South Carolina.
Before the defense was in the neutral zone, false start, offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, it's 4th down.
Number 70, that's Quintarius Eatman. You can see he's actually playing left tackle. Yeah, he definitely moves before the ball. Well, I mentioned penalties, right?
You did.
Orlando.
They are one of the more penalized teams in the AAF.
Yeah, they lead the league in penalties. And I mentioned that, you know, I was watching Fry kick in pregame. We were standing up here. The wind was moving.
You were standing up here. I was standing down there, by the way.
Yeah. The flags, the orange flags, they were horizontal. Doesn't look like it's as windy now.
And this time from 42 yards out. Snap is down. Kick is up from Fry, and that splits the uprights. Our third field goal of the game, going to put Orlando up by 3.
Did you see that hold? That was phenomenal. Mike Jones is proud somewhere.
We will take another look. How about that? Tremendous job by Drew Ferris.
There's a place where speed bumps don't exist, and donuts are served fresh every morning. Welcome to Muscleville, a Dodge owner's paradise. The only dating is speed dating. The mayor is this guy, and the town square is a straightaway. Head to Muscleville, where every day is a performance day.
12-play, 52-yard drive.
Fast as every player in the game, the Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity. Truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays, unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
A lot of fun on that app. The Alliance app is #1 in both the Google and Apple stores. You can download it now. All kind of treats inside. See what you can find and enjoy. Snow still falling here in Salt Lake. And you can see the footprints on the field. Hard to figure out exactly where they are. Currently on the 25-yard line. Salt Lake going up top. Woodrum had a man. It was Kalen Clay, but he overthrows him. And
he had him.
We have a flag down.
Yeah, he grabbed him.
Take a look here at the pass interference call.
Yeah, you're going to see Kalen Clay right here. And he's got some speed. He's got some wheels. Look at that. Just kind of faked a little slant. Ran right by the corner.
Marquez White. And so that 15 yards puts him on the 40-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground. And that is our first look at Joel Buonio coming into the game as the 5th leading rusher in the Alliance. Mark Myers stops him for a loss of 1. Buonio, big kid, 6'2", 228 pounds, out of Northern Illinois. Spent some time with the Bears and Packers, the Jets and the Lions. Almost hit everybody there in the north, huh? He's a pile mover.
Need a big back when you're dealing with the elements, right?
Absolutely. 5 wide receiver set for Josh Woodrum. Woodrum going to the right side, has his man. That pass is complete to Brian Timms. Timms was actually cut by Orlando earlier this year, and Salt Lake very happy to add him to their roster. One of the few men in the world who has a Super Bowl ring and a Grey Cup ring. Brian Timms out of Florida A&M. Terrell Newby checking back into the game at running back for the Stallions. They're looking at 3rd and 3. Woodrum going to throw again from the 47. And there's nothing going there. Kenny Bell, the guy he was looking for.
Man, it looked like he never saw the football. Kenny Bell's just going to run a little crossing route, a little shallow cross. He's not even looking for the ball. It hits him right in the helmet.
Right off the noggin.
You know, he's trying to read the coverage as he's running across the middle of the field. You can ring my bell.
Well, Woodrum put it where he was supposed to. Pretty good numbers so far for Woodrum. 7-9 for 88 yards. Back deep to receive, D'Ernest Johnson. Austin Rico's punt. Going to land at about the 3-yard line and bounce in and out of the end zone. 3-point ball game here in snowy Salt Lake. We're back after this.
You really want this place, don't you?
I do.
This house is yours now.
He's such a sweetheart. Charlie is outside cutting the grass. Thought you'd be gone by now.
Something is really off with that guy.
Honey, he's lonely.
You know, Charlie's wife died in that house.
You think that's blood?
You want some company?
This guy is dangerous.
I haven't lost everything. I have a chance to get it all back.
The Intruder, rated PG-13, May 3rd.
In conjunction with Navy Federal Credit Union, the Alliance is proud to be staging a military seat upgrade program where families each week are able to upgrade their seats on game day in recognition of their service. Very cool program there. Is still a 3-point ball game here in Salt Lake. D'Ernest Johnson out of South Florida in at running back for the Apollos on 1st and 10. Spin move there by Johnson as he picks up 7. Johnson, a real interesting story, by the way. He was not on this roster early on, Sean, as we get another look at the run here.
Yeah, the fake the reverse right there. You can see Trevor Riley, he's in play, forces him back into his help. But look, Steve Spurrier, he loves the trick plays. We saw it in week 1. We saw their version of the Philly special. We asked him, we were talking about it, I said, hey, do you have any clever names for it? He's like, no. He's called it throwback to the quarterback.
Nothing tricky, 2nd and 3. That pass incomplete, looking for Dante Dye. Back to D'Ernest Johnson quickly. He played at South Florida where he was familiar with running back coach David Reeves, who was his offensive coordinator there. He was in minicamp with the Saints, not invited back to training camp. He was working on a fishing boat in the Keys, working as a personal trainer. Kept calling Orlando, saying, hey, you need a running back, you need a running back. Finally, they brought him in. He didn't start the first 2 weeks. And then he goes for 79 yards last week, the most productive game for an Orlando running back this season. On 3rd and 3, Orlando going to go to the air. That one complete to Charles Johnson. And it's a 1st down, Apollos.
Here we go, Johnson and Johnson. All right, you talk about D'Ernest, now we got Charles. I'm not talking about the baby powder. I'm talking about their 1-2 punch. He just kind of sits down in coverage. You're going to see him kind of sit down right over here in the zone right there. Just find a little window. Look, I mean, you show your quarterback the numbers, kind of makes it easy for him to put the ball right on him. Going back to D'Ernest Johnson, coming into this game, he was averaging 6.6 yards a carry. Might be tough with these conditions to keep that up, but yeah, he's been their workhorse.
Again, going to throw. Gilbert looking deep and trying to connect with Brunell Hall.
Oh, Gilbert takes a big hit. They run a little twist game inside, but again, Carter Schultz coming in here.
Ooh.
He gets high load right there.
Yeah, that was Purcell and Schultz.
Yeah, it looked like Palapoy got him low.
Yeah, he's feeling that one. Carter Schultz left the game for a couple of plays with an injury.
And last
back
week,
on the field,
they got after John Wolford. We had him mic'd up, and he said, "Man, I'm getting hit every play." They're back at it again.
Dearness Johnson in the backfield. They quickly fake the handoff to him. That one is complete to the sideline. That's Chris Thompson making the catch, but we have a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 96, 15-yard penalty added at the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Silver Salinga, the veteran of 7 NFL seasons, called for the penalty. Good throw, good catch by Orlando here. In these conditions, you really have to focus. Chris Thompson hauling it in. Here's another look at the...
Yeah, it's definitely a little late, a little extra. They said enough of that.
Just a little love tap.
Yeah, I mean, when you're big like that.
When you're 6'2", 345, you feel a little more than you would normally.
So we're seeing a lot of balls kind of sail on Garrett Gilbert here. And I think that's really condition related. You know, if the ball is getting a little bit, if it's wet, it's damp. You know, obviously, as a center, you want to make sure that center quarterback exchange is clean. But as a quarterback, if that ball's getting moist and it's getting hard and it's slipping out, that's why you're going to see the ball sail a little bit.
First down on the 32. Gilbert to throw again. Dearness Johnson met right away by Greer Martini.
Greer Martini does a great job right here, seeing the offensive lineman leak out. He snipped this out from the get-go. See him, I mean, he got there at the same time as the ball, and again, Gilbert takes another hit. You could see Dearness Johnson, he came over acting like he was going to block the defender, and then he just kind of let him slip right by. He called it a slip screen. Dan.
Thank you, Sean, educating all of us up here in the booth. Back to throw again is Gilbert on 2nd and 14. Nearly picked off. That was Martini getting a hand on it. Man, had he caught that, that could have been a pick 6.
Man, Martini, he's the only guy with an interception on this defense, and he almost had number 2. Look at him reading the eyes of the quarterback. I think he got away with a little tug there on the jersey.
Nice job.
Nice play by Martini. Shaken, not stirred, Dan.
In the coverage there for the linebacker. Former captain at Notre Dame. Timeout on the field is Gilbert going to converse with the head ball coach. I made the mistake of calling him the old ball coach on Twitter the other day. I was quickly corrected by many Florida fans. It's the head ball coach, Mr. Tennessee Volunteer, okay? Listen.
He hung up the phone real quick when you brought that up.
He did.
He went to Tennessee.
Talked to
what's that? I'm losing you.
Talked to Coach Spurrier earlier in the week. Had a great conference call. He is so entertaining to talk to about football, and
he loves ball.
He does. He's into
fun.
it.
He's, you know, I mean, you wouldn't even know that the guy just, you know, he had surgery when you talk to him. I mean, you see him walk, it's a different story. But, you know, for all these coaches and, you know, every time you get a chance to talk to them, they love teaching the game. And I think that's what they really appreciate, the chance to teach the game to some hungry players. You know, there's nothing better as a coach than players that are eager to learn, eager to play, eager to prove that they deserve another shot at getting back to the NFL.
Look at the head ball coach there. Let's see what he draws up on 3rd and 14.
Green time!
Gilbert working on 3rd down from the 41-yard line, and Gilbert taken down in the backfield. There are 3 Stallions there. Silver Salinga leading the way. You can see Tenny Palapoy there as well.
Collapsing the pocket.
A lot of beef up front on that defensive line. Nowhere to go for Garrett Gilbert. Orlando going to be punting here. Ben Turk. Kalen Clay, the return man, that bounces out of bounds on the snow-covered 12-yard line. A look at the head ball coach there. Jason Fisher got a chance to talk to his wife earlier. Jason, what do you have?
That's right, I did, and she just said she and Coach Spurrier are both so happy that he's coaching again. It's one big happy family. They're really with the team 24/7 pretty much, traveling with them, living with them in the hotel. They couldn't be happier, and it really feels like a family atmosphere with the Spurriers and the Apollos.
All right, thank you, Jason. Couldn't be happier right now. Wife Jerry and Steve just living the dream. Spurrier at 73 years old, the oldest head coach in the Alliance. Pretty cool that he gets a chance to face off against Coach Erickson for the first time in his career, as Salt Lake going through the air and not going anywhere, actually, after Earl Okine gets in there, take Josh Woodrum down.
It's hard to believe that those two coaches have coached 785 games together before facing each other.
Third and 8 here for the Apollos from their own 13. They elect to keep it on the ground. That's Smith picking up the first down and then some. Finally knocked out of bounds. That was Micah Hanneman, and he could have picked up a whole lot more.
Yeah, it looks like just like a little delayed draw. Good block right in there. Look at that cut block right there by number 80. Sean Price just takes the linebacker's legs out. I mean, look, they're just calling a draw. It's a safe play.
8 carries, 52 yards last week for Davion Smith. 9 carries for 45 so far, including that 18-yard run. Smith, who plays college ball at Michigan, going to get the carry again, and this time it's going to go in the books as a no gain. Smith got the first
forward progress was stopped by
rushing
losing the football.
TD in AAF history as the clock continues to wind down.
Yeah, Dan, if I'm standing in the huddle, hey, both hands on the football. Clearly, Salt Lake's trying to rip that football out, and they almost got it out there, but they had ruled that forward progress had stopped. They're going to have to run one more? No, I think they're good.
I think they are going to be content in these conditions to go into the locker room with a 3-point lead. Hey, any lead is a good lead, especially when there is snow on the ground here in Utah at the base of the foothills here of the lovely Wasatch Mountains. Nightfall is upon us, snow is on the ground, and we have a 3-point ball game. Jason down on the sideline.
Coach, it's your first game coaching in the state of Utah, a little different than Florida. What do you think so far?
Oh, we're not playing as well offensively as I'd hoped, but we got a little bit of a lead. Our defense is playing well, so we're going to try to win a ball game is what we're trying to do.
Well, you're going to need some more points. What's the message to the team in the locker room to score more in the second half?
We got to be a little bit better in the red zone, hopefully.
All right, well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
A little bit better in the red zone. The halftime score is 6-3. The visiting Apollos undefeated, up by 3 at the break. Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake. You are watching the Alliance of American Football here on NFL Network. Salt Lake head coach Dennis Erickson at halftime to his troops, who are down by 3.
Yeah, we get the football first now. Go down and score. Just keep playing. Just keep playing. Things are going to happen, okay? Things are going to happen. Just keep playing hard. We got to come down and move the football in that first drive. Field position is going to be real key here, guys. Field position is going to be real key in this game in the second half, okay? We've got to be able to throw it better. We will, okay? Got to get something on the board, okay? Just keep playing defense like you can, okay? Let's go get it now. Come on, go.
You could hear Coach Erickson say we have to throw it better, and we will. Not easy conditions to throw in here. They've cleared off kind of the center portion of the field to make it easier to locate exactly where they are. As we take a look at the first half numbers, 146 total yards for the Apollos, 126 for the Stallions. The passing yards low, as you might expect with the snow on the ground. Sean O'Hara.
Yeah, it's certainly been tough conditions, obviously, for the quarterbacks to grip the ball, and we've seen a couple of balls go through some hands, but really for Orlando, the rushing yards are a little inflated thanks to that big long run at the end of the first half by Davion Smith.
Salt Lake going to get the first crack here, keeping it on the ground to Brandon Oliver. Tough run from Oliver, very close to picking up the first down. He's likely going to have to settle for 9.
Yeah, they open up with just a pretty simple run right here. You're going to watch the left guard right here, double duty, helps out with the nose guard, leaks up to the linebacker. Boy, Guanyo, man, he just keeps churning those legs. He never seems to go down on the first contact.
Salt Lake trying to put together a good drive here, get on the board. Once again, this is a field goal game, and again, it's Oliver picking up the first down for the Stallions. Terrence Parks getting the start in place of Terrence Garvin makes the tackle.
Kelly, that was just a weak counter, and boy, I tell you, Ryan Cummings, the right guard, number 79, he pulled around. It looked like he and the tight end hit the defender at the same time. He looked like he got thrown out of the club for wearing jeans. The linebacker went sprawling backwards.
It depends on what kind of jeans you wear these days. You can wear jeans now.
They were like your LA jeans, ripped.
First down, Stallions throwing, pass complete to the right side. Brian Timms with his second catch of the ball game.
Well, you said it. They want to throw the ball a little bit more. Basically just a quick throw. And out of shotgun, you can see Woodrum's ready to rock. Again, the ball a little high. But Timms.
But on the numbers, and he's able to make that catch kind of with his body. I think it's those high throws that are giving these guys a lot of trouble. Here's Oliver on 2nd and 2. Another first down for the Stallions. Brandon Oliver, a really interesting story because he had his best year in his rookie season with the Chargers, over 800 scrimmage yards. And if you're a fantasy football player, I'm sure you remember him because you were picking him up on the waiver wire. Their most explosive runner. A really good thunder and lightning combination with Joel Guanyo.
Dan, he's a really good cutback runner. You saw him just put his foot in the ground right there and just slash right backside.
Again throwing, again complete, and again it's Timms. Timms with his third catch of the ball game. We mentioned earlier he was cut by Orlando. This is a receiving core that's finally starting to come together for Salt Lake.
It's all about rhythm, and you know, we talked about Woodrum being hurt, being out, the receivers being out. Now they're starting to get some more game reps, which is how you get the timing down in that rhythm.
Kenny Bell was out with an injury. Kalen Clay was out with an injury. 2nd and 5. Oliver picks up a couple. This big offensive line up front. Josh Woodrum loves playing behind him. I said, who's your security blanket? Who do you really love here? He said, you know, my security blanket is actually my offensive line. O'Hara was grinning ear to ear when Woodrum said that.
Well, of course. I mean, it's a great answer. Obviously, you want to, bring your offensive lineman in and get them some love. But we've seen it here today. They've really relied on this run game to kind of slow down this defense and get them tired.
3rd and 3 on the 44. Salt Lake going to throw again. Woodrum flushed out of the pocket, tries to pick up something. Anthony Moten, the man who wrapped him up.
Anthony Moten just kind of walked the left guard. Uatafi back in there. You're going to see right here, just kind of bull rush. I mean, his hands inside. Kind of call one of those a coverage sack. Looked like Woodrum wanted to throw the football, but had nowhere to go with it. And by the time he tried to run.
Dearness Johnson back deep to receive the Austin Rico kick. Ball set at the 45-yard line, an end-over-end punt. Fair catch called for. I would just let that bounce. Holds on to it. They're going to have it inside their own 10-yard line. Still a 3-point game here in Salt Lake. Welcome back. Skycam brought to you this evening by Wheels Up to Skycams. At our hands, a great view here. Orlando deep in their own territory. D'Ernest Johnson picks up 2. And this is a field position ball game. You can flip the field, very valuable. We've seen 3 field goals so far, still waiting for our first touchdown. It has been snowing since, I don't know, about an hour and a half before kickoff here at Rice-Eccles. Orlando, of course, not used to these conditions. Most of the players on their roster from the state of Florida. Ronell Hall hauls that in about 3 yards shy of the first down before he's wrapped up by Will Davis. Jason, down on the sideline. What do you have, Fish?
Hey, guys. Well, Will Hill, one of the leaders of the defense for the Orlando Apollos, he's out for the game with a head injury, a big blow for Orlando.
Wow, that is a huge blow. The leader of that secondary, former third-round pick of the Miami Dolphins. We had a great chat with him prior to the game. 3rd and 2 for Orlando, complete. Charles Johnson picks up the first. Orlando's on the move.
Nice job by Charles Johnson protecting that ball with the body. Garrett Gilbert's locking in. Nice rhythm throw right there. But yeah, going back to the Will Hill injury, that's huge. I mean, they call him Will the Thrill Hill. Obviously, he was huge down in Florida. I actually called an all-star game. The New Jersey Governor's Bowl. It was New York versus New Jersey. Will was pretty much the star of that game. He's definitely a big play guy.
First down here for the Apollos. Johnson on the ground, breaks 2 tackles. Out past the first down marker before Gianni Paul makes the tackle. Another first down for Orlando. This thing's getting a little chippy here, Sean.
Right down the middle of the defense here. Just a little draw. Looked like Siliga was there, and yeah, linebacker kind of came over there late. D'Ernest Johnson, I like the way he runs. You talked about him. He made his first start last week, coming off his best game of the season.
Wasn't even on the roster when training camp started. First down for Orlando. Garrett. Oh, my goodness. Right off the chest of Chris Thompson. Again, the conditions making nothing easy here, especially for the skill players.
Yeah, lucky for Chris Thompson, he's not coming back to the huddle. Straight to the sideline. You don't have to feel the wrath of your quarterback when he looks at you like, really? I just put the ball right on you. In his defense, Dan, I will say, it looked like he kind of slipped on that comeback route. And I think that's started to go to the ground, which is why the ball ended up doinking off of his chest.
Chris Thompson, a kick returning reserve defensive back at Florida, playing wide receiver here. Garrett pressured, gets it off. That's going to be shy of the first down, but nice job completing that pass to D'Ernest Johnson.
Every single play. It seems like Garrett Gilbert's picking himself up off the ground. Bottom of the screen right there, you see the running back just leaking out. It looked like the linebacker came late. Yeah, Green Martini got back there. I mean,
Palapoy was there as well. We talked about that offensive line for Salt Lake. The offensive line for Orlando's done a nice job this season as well. The 2 teams are actually tied for giving up the first fewest sacks in the league. That's Gianni Paul. We'll have an update after this.
Here at Topgolf, the grass is greener on our side of the fence.
But you guys don't have grass.
True, but we have buckets of beer instead of buckets of balls. You like that? And our high-tech tee-offs let you know exactly how far you hit your 7-iron.
So I can bring my own clubs.
How else are you going to beat your buddy Dave? Now tuck your shirt in and put your spikes on. I'm kidding. In fact, go nuts. Bet on yourself, talk a big game, score high.
You mean score low?
Score however, because this is Topgolf. This is everyone's game.
Back at a snowy Rice-Eccles Stadium. And you can see Hill leaving the game right there. You know, it's interesting. When we talked to the Stallions coaches, they said everything on defense funnels through Will Hill. He's a safety who plays in the box like a linebacker. They said he was the most important member of that defense.
Yeah, they said basically when they break the huddle, it's fine 33. Where is he? He's going to dictate everything.
So let's not forget that Terrence Garvin, perhaps their best linebacker, out as well. Dearness Johnson takes the pitch. Dearness Johnson turns the corner and picks up the first down.
Just gets to the perimeter. Greer Martini looked like he had an angle. You're going to see Martini come in here right at the end right there. Almost get a piece of him right there, but for Orlando, they're attacking the perimeter now. And when you coming into this game, Dan, I mean, the Salt Lake Stallions defense, they've got one of the best run defenses in the league. They're only giving up 87 yards rushing a game. The Orlando Apollos already have 81 yards.
The 8th play of this drive, a receiver open. It's Ramel Hall. Hall dashing down the sideline, trying to stay on his feet and into the end zone. Taken down just shy. And we have a flag on the field as well. What a play by Ramel Hall.
Ready to run, illegal block in the back. Offense, number 12, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. The result is a first down.
Oh, that's his fellow wide receiver, Charles Johnson, trying to help him out a little bit.
Yeah, he was hustling down. They're running clear-out routes up the front right there, and you're going to see the crossing route right here. Just another big explosive play. Good job by Hall, staying in bounds. Charles Johnson, you see him clubbing in the screen right there. Johnson right here up the right. I mean, that's kind of on the side. That's a tough call. He was trying to hustle and help his buddy score. They still get the big play because it's spot of the foul penalty. And now here they are in the red zone. We heard Spurrier talk about they got to do a better job down here.
Instead of inside the 5, they're on the 20. Johnson remains in the game at running back. And that ball delivered a bit late to Charles Johnson. And it looks like Cody Brown is going to be flagged. That was a bang-bang. That was a tough one.
Gilbert tried to lob the ball over the linebacker, and it gave Cody Brown time to make the play on it.
There's no foul on the play for defensive pass interference.
How about that?
The contact and the ball occurred at the same time. It's an incomplete pass. It's second down.
All right, here's Charles Johnson just crossing around the zone. You see the ball's going over Trevor Riley.
He's maybe just a whisker early, but that was in real time. That's fast.
He's there hair early, but let him play. All right. Yeah, look, Charles gets up right now saying, hey, he hit me before the ball got there.
It's easy when we slow it down and you can go frame by frame. Johnson in the backfield with Gilbert. On 2nd and 10. Gilbert into the end zone, has a man open, touchdown, Dante Dye Jr.
What a throw, Helly.
Just how the head ball coach drew it up. First touchdown of the game. Man, that was pretty.
You see him down here on the bottom of the screen. Gilbert takes a shot as he delivers this ball again, but
right over Will Davis had that great pass breakup earlier in the game in a similar spot there in the right corner of the end zone. That caps a 10-play, 91-yard drive as they're going to go for 2, as each and every team has to do here in the Alliance. Pitch out to the right side, then a pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Sean Price. To trickeration from Steve Spurrier.
Wow, how about that? They fake the jet sweep. They run the speed option. And look, they're basically going to put this defender, you're going to see him, they're putting that defender in a quandary. All right, either you cover the tight end and he runs it in, or if you come up to stop the run, he throws it over your head.
Dearness Johnson to his old teammate at South Florida, Sean Price, for the 2-point conversion. Caps a fantastic drive for the Apollos. Dante Dye Jr. hauling in the touchdown pass. Head ball coach loves it.
Have a seat. Hey, where's the food? What kind of meeting is this?
There's no food. We just said that so you would show up.
What? No food? There's someone we think you should talk to.
Hey Dan, your coworkers told me you haven't done your taxes. I just want to say, you can call a TurboTax Live CPA for help. We'll help you get your refund and get back to your life.
You'd really do that for me?
Yeah, Dan. It's literally my job.
Thanks, guys.
So there's no snacks, nothing?
I brought kale.
TurboTax Live, now with CPAs on demand.
You know what, Sean O'Hara? I think Steve Spurrier was just getting a little bored. Threw a trick play in there. We have a touchdown pass. First time we've seen the end zone today. Yeah, look at him. He said, that's just how I drew it up. Oh, shucks.
He said we got to be better in the red zone. They converted.
Back to throw. Woodrum has his man. That's going to be good for the first down. Kenny Bell. We talked about the ability to throw the ball for Woodrum. Here he is completing this one. The numbers, especially completion percentage, outstanding. He's 11 of 14 in these conditions.
I thought he did a nice job there, just sliding to the right a little bit to buy him a little bit more room in the throwing window.
180! That pushes it to the 38-yard line as they keep it on the ground. Talk about moving the pile. We said earlier, as Isaiah Burks makes the stop, that Joel Buonio was the pile mover for this team. But Brandon Oliver, all 5'8", 204 pounds, has been doing a nice job.
Yeah, he's getting behind his big hogs up front. Jake Bennett doing a good job there. Again, he pulled out on that play. Left guard, Yuha Tafi, pushing people around.
Ryan Cummings, Leon Johnson on the right side. They really lean on this big offensive line. 64 yards so far for Oliver. Gets another carry and picks up another first.
I like the formation. They went trips right here, Dan, and just spread the defense out. They're going to pull a left tackle this time. Watch him pull around in space. Now, when you spread the defense out like that, basically you're creating a lot of space, a lot more running room. It makes it a lot harder for the linebackers to defend. And now they go trips left, basically the same formation, just flip to the other side.
And again, Oliver remains in the backfield with Woodrum. Woodrum going to throw out to the right side to Oliver. He slips down back to his feet. Josh Evans there to make the stop after the 5-yard pickup.
And Oliver gets up. He looks like he's hurting there. He took a shot. Well, I tell you, Winthrop's been all over the field today, but nobody covered Oliver out of the backfield. As you see him go to the sideline right there. If he doesn't slip on that play, Dan, I mean, he could have been racing down the sideline because there was nobody covering him.
Again, they're going with his trips left formation. Joel Buonio checking into the ball game for Oliver. It's going to be Buonio here. Buonio caught right at the line of scrimmage by Terrence Parks, the Florida State alum who has one game of NFL experience with the Seattle Seahawks. Spent some time with Houston and Atlanta on their practice squads. Getting the start again for Terrence Garvin, the interception leader in the Alliance. 3 picks, 3 games. Not bad for a linebacker.
3rd down and 2, Helly. They're 1 for 6 on 3rd down today. They need this one big time.
From the 41-yard line, it's Buonio. And Buonio not going to get it. Tremendous job by this Orlando front. Reggie Northrup says, not in my watch.
Well, Ladarius Gunter looked like he knifed in. He was unblocked corner. He read run all the way. Was able to wrap up the legs of Buonio so he couldn't fight for the first down. Erickson's going for it.
Yeah, with the ball on the 41-yard line, I like this. 4th and 2 for Woodrum and the Stallions offense. Unable to convert on 3rd down, have yet to convert on 4th down today. And it looks like they're going to here as Buonio busted to the outside, gets just enough for the first.
Orlando had the right defense. They went to their 5-down look, and you're going to see they're all covered. Both guards, the center's covered. Watch this guy right here. He just doesn't read the play. He wrong arms the guard. He's right there. He's spilling it to a linebacker that's not there.
So they pick up the first down. Buonio remains in the game. Woodrum fakes the handoff with time. Over the middle. Has his guy, Damone Pearsonell.
Nice safe throw to Pearsonell. He obviously had the big game last week. He's going to come into your screen right over here. Woodrum just puts the ball right on him.
That was Mark Myers in coverage. Pearsonell with a huge game last week. 8 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown.
You see a theme here tonight? A lot of crossing routes. They're trying to keep these defenders sliding around.
Here's Buonio with some room. Taken down by Jermaine Copeland after a 9-yard pickup. Buonio with his first consistent action of the game, and he's producing.
Baldery, the tight end, he's gonna right here. He's gonna pull around. Look at him get that block right there on the linebacker.
So the ball on the 14-yard line is the Stallions. Say, we see your touchdown, Orlando. Perhaps we have a touchdown of our own in the bag. Let's see. 2nd and 1.
Same play.
Buonio again, this time to the right side. Plenty of room for Joel Buonio. Keeps his feet and breaks into the house.
Dan, they ran the same play, 2 plays in a row, just to the other side. Look at the tight end coming around. They pull the left guard, and Buonio running through contact right here. We showed Will Hill going off the field, helmet in the trainer's hand. Don't think that they didn't realize that on Salt Lake side, and now they're attacking the defense. Good run by Buonio.
That was a great point. Josh Evans, one of the other safeties, the last man to have a shot at Buonio, but the big fella at 228 pounds refuses to go down. Newby in the game here now on the 2-point conversion attempt for the Stallions. Woodrum going to throw. That he does. Newby hauls in the conversion. So once again, it's going to be a 3-point ball game after we go over half of the ball game without a touchdown. We have 2 here in the third. Joel Buonio, tough running here by the big running back out of Northern Illinois. Ten-play, 75-yard drive, ate up over 5 minutes off the clock. 14-11 here in Salt Lake.
How old are you? Basically 15.
You cannot tell anybody about this.
Is she even good at keeping secrets?
Moderate.
No. Oh, God.
Gentlemen,
You have bullet immunity!
you're welcome for not getting robbed.
Shazam! Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Welcome back to snowy Salt Lake City, 14-11. And next week, the currently undefeated Orlando Apollos taking on the currently undefeated Birmingham Iron. That game has been moved to TNT on Saturday. Very much looking forward to this. Could be. What is that? What do you keep circling there? You're circling the Birmingham Iron logo. You're so excited about that game, O'Hara. I am too.
Game time!
All right, 1st and 10 for the Apollos. Akeem Hunt the ball game on their own 25. They go to the air. Jalen Marshall picks up 3 before he is taken down hard. Gianni, Paul, Micah Hanneman there.
I was circling because I was watching the replay on that 2-point conversion. They ran a great little crossing route, and Reggie Northrop ran into his own guy, which is why the running back was wide open.
It happens.
I was geeking out over here on the telestrator.
This is the end of the third quarter. Time out on the field.
It's okay. Completely understood. Third quarter comes to an end. It is still a 3-point ball game. Snow still coming down in Salt Lake. What happens in the fourth? We're back after this.
I wanted to play football since I was like 3 years old. Combine is make or break for me. I always loved the game. I want to do this forever.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Rabers.
Hey, Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Rangers! Hey, let's play football. Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too.
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Freshness? You want to show how the ATL do?
Bring it. That way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Kill 'em.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring 'em.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They still going crazy.
Can I bring? Definitely bring that. They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
Dennis Erickson all bundled up. Steve Spurrier currently with a 3-point lead over his good buddy. Let's check in with Jason Fisher down on the sidelines.
I'm here with Reggie Northrup. Oh, he's talking to the coach right now. Well, this is what happens on live TV on the sidelines. He's talking to the defensive coordinator. He's one of the leaders of this defense, and he was just riling up the troops. I want to know what he was saying to him. Let's see. We'll get this mic in there.
I got pick.
All right.
All right, that's defensive coordinator Bob Sanders talking to
He was
Reggie
saying I got
Northrup.
picked. He was saying I got
Yep,
picked on
that's
that
exactly
one.
what you were talking about. Access.
Great job, Jason.
AAF, Jason Zone Fisher.
Way to be light on your feet.
Good work, buddy.
It was like a Browns blitz down there.
Ball on the 30 for Orlando. Gilbert throwing again. Nice catch there along the sidelines. Charles Johnson doing a little toe tap.
And a nice ball by Garrett Gilbert. Trying to get Johnson involved. Look at his throw. Nicely done over on the sideline. Nice comeback route. All right, trying to get Charles Johnson going. He's the league's leading receiver. I think the conditions have played a big factor in his numbers today.
Well, absolutely. Akeem Hunt in the backfield with some room for Orlando. Out across the 50-yard line, picks up the first down.
You want me to draw?
Gives a little flex off, too.
And nice running play there, Dan. Looked like a little delayed draw, and he got another really good block by his tight end, Sean Price. You're going to see him right here. He's going to lead around right here up on the linebacker. Good job by Jordan McCray, the center, as well, up in the second line, and finishing that run. Man, he's punishing people.
So the ball now in Stallions territory on the 47-yard line for Orlando. Hunt remains in the backfield once again. Gilbert going to throw to the left side. Great grab made by Charles Johnson. Climbs the ladder to get that in these conditions. That's tremendous.
Oh, my goodness. Great catch. You mentioned climb the ladder, and also kind of look at him contort his body right here.
Yeah, ball a little bit behind him.
A little behind him. Reaches back. Nice job. He's getting a nice cushion right there. He's getting respect right now by C.J. Smith, who's playing off of him.
You talk about them getting Charles Johnson involved. 6 catches, 68 yards for Johnson so far. This time they keep it on the ground. That's Hunt. Trevor Riley there for the stop, so that's going to put the ball right around the 30-yard line, and they're going to be looking at 2nd and 6 are the Apollos.
You know, when Charles Johnson lines up to their offensive right, and he's been matched up with Will Davis, they really haven't gone after him a whole lot. When he's on the left now against C.J. Smith, they're kind of picking on him over there. So keep an eye on where they're lining up Charles Johnson. That could kind of determine where Garrett's going with the ball.
This Salt Lake defense plays mostly man, but they've been mixing in some zone lately. See what they do here on 2nd and 7. Complete over the middle. Hung on to the ball. Again, it's Charles Johnson. You could see he was really focusing on bringing that ball into his body.
Well, like I just said, Charles Johnson, they bring him back over to the left side, and now they go to him. It looked like C.J. Smith kind of slipped right here, but Charles Johnson's to the left. He's just going to sit down on this route right here, and when he does, C.J. Smith kind of slips. Just a little game of pitch and catch right now between Garrett Gilbert and Charles Johnson.
7 catches now, 81 yards for Johnson. 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line. Hunt, Price in the backfield for the Apollos. Here's Hunt. Hunt with some room. Hunt inside the 5-yard line down to the 2.
Dan, it's the same play. Same play they just ran a couple plays ago. Sean Price, the tight end, right here. Here he is. Watch him come to the left right here, and he's going to try to cut the linebacker. Linebacker takes the backside route. Look at all that space. And he saw the end zone. He could smell it.
Apollos on the 2-yard line. Pitch out to Hunt. Hunt hurdles a man and into the end zone for the Apollos. Touchdown number 2 for Orlando.
How about Orlando getting it done on the ground? They softened up the defense with Charles Johnson in the passing game, and then they run the ball to the left here, pull the left guard. Look at the defensive back going up and over. That was Johnny Paul trying to go up and over. Nice job by Akeem Hunt.
Very patient run from Hunt.
That's why you do the back drill right there, right? Just jumping over bodies.
It's like dealing with you in the studio. You have to hurdle you every now and then. Hunt remains in the game on the 2-point conversion attempt. Complete and taken down short. Hunt hit almost as soon as he caught the ball, kind of lost his footing as Andre Tolliver there to make the tackle. So it will remain 20-11. The undefeated Apollos on top of the Stallions. Just over 11 minutes to go for the home team to make a move. So we're back after another Apollos touchdown, a 9-point ball game here as we look at Akeem Hunt. That drive was basically all Hunt and Charles Johnson.
How about this second half? 22 points already after just 6 points in the first half.
And I don't think the Stallions are going to be afraid to throw the ball here. Woodrum's 13 of 16 for 139 yards. Buonio remains in the game at running back. That one's complete to Adonis Jennings. He's going to go for 5.
Yeah, Dan, they're trying to open it up a little bit. What a great name, huh? Adonis Jennings.
I'm sure you've been called Adonis many times in your lifetime.
Never. And I tell you, Josh was very complimentary of Adonis. He said, man, he can flat out fly. So if they need a deep ball here, expect them to go to Adonis Jennings.
Yeah, I said he's a lunch pail guy, too. Not afraid to block. Buonio with room, upended just shy of the first down line. Bryce Kennedy goes low on the big running back.
How about this tackle coming up right here from the free safety position? You can see him putting his mouthpiece in right at the snap. And man, Buonio almost landed on his head. Good job of holding on to the football.
Football play and football weather here, Sean O'Hara. 3rd and 1 for the Stallions. On the ground, wrapped up in the backfield. Guanyo not going anywhere. Josh Banks, Earl Okine there to make the stop for the Apollos.
Man, penetration will kill any running play, but certainly on 3rd and short, you're going to see the penetration on the right side here. Okine swims the tight end. Josh Banks beats the guard.
So the Stallions going to have to punt. Dearness Johnson back deep to receive. You can see Austin Rico wiping off the hands as the snow continues to fall here in Salt Lake.
Nice kick.
Driving Johnson back to the 15-yard line. Returns it out to the 25. It is a 9-point ball game here with just under 9.5 to go in Salt Lake.
Nothing comes easily. That's what happens in golf and in life. I'm very fortunate that I can lean on people, and that for me is what teamwork's all about. You can't do everything yourself. You need someone to guide you and help you make those tough decisions. That's Morgan Stanley. They're industry leaders, but the most important thing is they want to do it the right way. I'm really excited to be part of the Morgan Stanley team. I'm Justin Rose. We are Morgan Stanley.
Was caught. We first down Orlando, timeout on the field.
All right, so the ball comes back because of a penalty to the 24. I'm trying to figure out the yard line in the snow, Sean. It's not easy from up here on the 6th floor.
Yeah, and your eyes are getting bad. It looks like the 7-yard line, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
But I'll tell you this, the punt return team has been Orlando's worst enemy today.
Speaking of Orlando taking on Birmingham, the only other undefeated team in the Alliance next week. That game has been moved to TNT. And we could be seeing a showdown of 2 undefeated teams if the Stallions can't get something going here. Carter Schultz and his defense need to step up. Deep in their own territory, the quarterback, Gilbert, we talked about his running ability last week. He decides to keep it there. Micah Hanneman goes low as he is short of the first down. But when he needs to, Gilbert can use those wheels.
And this is that zone read that we were talking about. Just like last week, he keeps it. And I'll tell you what, love to play. The only thing I don't like is get out of bounds. Don't take that shot.
It's almost like he waited for it.
Yeah, he slowed down.
Maybe Gilbert just likes contact.
Okay. I'm sure he didn't like wiping the snow off his hands.
Second and 3 for Orlando, keeping it on the ground with Hunt. And he's going to pick up 2.
I'll tell you, one of the reasons why he kept that ball and played before was because Carter Schultz is just screaming off the edge. I mean, he is selling out on the running back. So I'm sure they saw that on a couple of other drives and just said, look, the defensive ends, they're not even respecting the quarterback keep on that zone read.
3rd and 1. They're going to operate out of the shotgun. Big play here for this Orlando offense. With 8 minutes to go in the ball game, keeping it on the ground. Stallions make initial contact in the backfield, but Akeem Hunt keeps those legs churning, and looks like he picks up the first down.
From up top, I thought he was short. Carter Schultz gets the first hit. And it looks like as he falls forward, you could see him extend the ball right there.
They had him. He just kept working.
So good conversion right there. For Orlando, I think back to last week, they got the ball with 5.5 minutes to go in the game. And they closed it out on the final drive. They had 11 rushes for 116 yards last week in their win.
Yeah, the final 2 possessions, those 116 yards came in. They are content to keep it on the ground once again. And the running game is something that Spurrier said they wanted to be more consistent with over the course of the game. It's taken a while to get going, but late in the game when they've had a lead and needed to lean on it, it's really helped them out.
You know, the run game, it's all about having patience, both as a play caller and as a running back, just kind of letting some of these plays develop, seeing how the defense week in and week out is trying to defend you. You know, a lot of defenses, they play it differently. Sometimes they'll spill it with the defensive end and have to scrape the linebacker over the top. You got to figure that out.
2nd and 9, Orlando going to the air. Wide open is Charles Johnson. Had to go to a knee to haul it in, but Johnson been very effective on the last 2 drives of the game. Now has 8 catches for 95 yards.
You know, just the same route we saw him on the last drive. He's just going to basically sit down on the route right there, and you're going to see it look like Henry Tolliver just lost the covers. He couldn't keep up with them. There's nothing fancy about it. He's just sitting down on the route.
Look at the numbers there for Garrett Gilbert. 228 yards in that touchdown pass.
No C.J. Smith. As Tolliver's in that corner.
There's a look at Charles Johnson creeping up on 100 yards. They're going to toss it to the outside. There's going to be a little room there for Smith. Picks up 5 before he's driven out of bounds. On Monday, our good buddy Rich Eisen running his annual 40-yard dash to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. To donate, just go to NFL.com/runrichrun and tune into the Combine on Monday to see Rich run. That starts at 9 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network. Sean, you were at the Combine yesterday. Yeah. You're doing this game today. You have a game tomorrow. You're the hardest working man in show business right now.
I mean, football is great, huh? Off season, what?
Yeah, what off season?
I can't wait to watch Rich run. It's great what he's doing for St. Jude's.
2nd and 5, pass complete. Charles Johnson again. And Johnson over the 100-yard mark as he picks up the first down.
Just a big cushion by the corner. Both C.J. Smith and Will Davis are out. So both their starting corners are not on the field right now. And Charles Johnson's just taking advantage of it.
Who is Charles Johnson, you ask? A 7th-round draft pick of Green Bay in 2013. Started 17 games for the Vikings in 2014 to 2016. Coming into the game, he was averaging almost 22 yards per catch. Sean, is that good?
Yeah, both he and Jalen Marshall. 21 yards a catch.
Yeah, they've been putting up some good numbers. Davion Smith out past the 50. Gianni Paul gives him maybe a yard on that run.
Well, it feels like this offensive line is just starting to wear down this defense, and you can kind of feel the life just getting started. You know, I'm seeing a lot down right there. I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips right now for the Stallions defense. Look at them, 1, 2, 3. The D linemen, linebackers, everybody's got their hands on their hips.
You're absolutely right. They're worn down. And there's no doubt that Orlando will continue to lean on that run game a little bit on this drive. Once again, Sean Price, the tight end, lined up at fullback. The pitch out to Dearness Johnson. And that Stallions defense didn't look too tired there, coming in to make the big stop.
Looked like it was going to be a big play. It's that toss sweep that they ran earlier in the play, earlier in the game. You see Sean Price going low right there, but good pursuit.
Looked like Luke Carazola was the first guy there. They had 6 guys in on that tackle, though.
Yeah, Luke's flying around out there.
So 3rd and 10, you can see the numbers on this drive. Over 6 minutes of clock chewed up, and time is winding down. Just 3:10 to go here. Stallions must get a stop here on 3rd and 10. Gilbert going to throw with time. Short of the first down, knocked out of bounds by Cody Brown. Jalen Marshall looks to be a yard shy. And so they're going to be looking at 4th down. Another look at this play,
This
which
is the first time out of the half by Salt Lake.
ends up being about 3 yards shy of the first down. As
timeout on the field.
we have a timeout call. 9-point ball game. Salt Lake, can they call it a comeback on the head ball coach?
How old are you? Basically 15.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
Shazam!
A lair. Yes. If you have a location like on a cliff,
Overlooking some water.
then we will take that.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity. Truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
The future has arrived. The Alliance of American Football app, #1 in both the Google and Apple stores. You can download it now. All kinds of surprises inside. See what you can find and enjoy. Look at Ben Turk. His brother Michael, a punter at ASU right now.
Important play for Kalen Clay. You can see his heels are at the 10-yard line. All right, that rule as a returner. Put your heels at the 10-yard line. The ball goes over, you let it go.
That was a nice kick. See where they spot it. Lands right around the 9.5-yard line. Good work by Turk, but it was almost blocked. Check this out.
A little up and under move by Carter Schultz. He's everywhere. Of course, they had the punt safe team out there, which is usually the first team defense. Don't go to sleep with Carter Schultz out there.
I wouldn't be surprised for 1 second to see him on an NFL roster next year. 31 sacks for Carter Schultz in his final 2 seasons at Northern Iowa. But right now, it's up to this Stallions offense. They don't have a ton of time. 2:47 to go here.
2-possession game.
Josh Woodrum needs to march them up the field quickly. Woodrum looking up the left sideline, has a man, overthrows Kalen Clay. Not easy to do. Let's check in with Jason Fisher down on the sideline. Jason.
Walking up and down the sideline saying, let's go win this game. It's on us now. Let's stop them. Let's see if they can.
2:41 on the clock. Thank you, Jason. Look at Reggie Northrup. Is this Apollo's defense? Talented really on every level. They're challenged because their offense has gotten on and off the field quickly, putting up points this season as Woodrum throws a strike across the middle to Brian Timms, who picks up the first down. It's catch number 4 for Timms. They're going to get right back on the ball.
Nice job by Timms protecting that ball with his body. Keep an eye here on Andrew Ankara, number 55 for Orlando. Rushing up against the left tackle.
Newby in the backfield beside Woodrum. Woodrum throws, this time complete to Kenny Bell. Clock winds down as we near the 2-minute warning. Salt Lake with 2 timeouts. They're going to be using them, I'm sure, very shortly here as we are now at the 2-minute warning. A 9-point ball game here at Rice-Eccles Stadium here in Salt Lake City. The Stallions trying to come back on the undefeated Apollos.
There's a place where speed bumps don't exist, and donuts are served fresh every morning. Welcome to Muscleville, a Dodge owner's paradise. The only dating is speed dating. The mayor is this guy, and the town square is a straightaway. Head to Muscleville, where every day is a performance day.
That makes sense. So if I bought it for a business I started, I'm able to deduct it?
Yes, that's definitely a deductible expense.
That was really helpful. Man, I love technology, but it is infinitely better with people. Sometimes you just need that real human touch, you know? A little bit of empathy and understanding. Like I was saying, humans and technology working together.
You talk too much.
TurboTax Live. Now with CPAs on demand.
Welcome back. A look at Steve Spurrier. Now time for the TurboTax game-breaking highlight where Akeem Hunt broke free. Look at that. All kinds of guys coming at him. He hurdles dudes, gets into the end zone. Huge touchdown for Akeem Hunt and this Orlando Apollo squad that is now up by 9 with 2 minutes to go here in the game, trying to improve to 4-0, one of 2 undefeated teams left here in the Alliance. Steve Spurrier has done a heck of a job. The head ball coach really has these guys believing.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he came out of halftime ripping and tearing, 68 yards rushing in the second half alone. It's pretty impressive against the Stallion defense.
Now he needs his defense to step up here against this Salt Lake offense. Woodrum sees somebody deep and again overthrows Adonis Jennings, this time on the right sideline. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. A little too much juice for the former Liberty quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like he had DeBornay Pearson-L open in the middle of the field, but he was looking towards the sideline. Sometimes when you step up in the pocket like that, you tend to overthrow the ball because you've kind of got a little momentum. It's almost like a little crow hop. Pressure off of the edge by Okine forced him to step up on that throw.
So 3rd and 5 here for Josh Woodrum in this Salt Lake offense.
180! What's that?
Pressured, and down goes Woodrum. That Apollo's defense gets the sack. Looks like Reggie Northrup, who's the first man there.
Looks like Ankara, number 55, just kind of pushes the left tackle back, and he kind of grabs him. Yeah, I mean, it looked like he kind of stepped right up into it.
30-second timeout.
The left tackle had a chip by the running back.
1:37.
So timeout called by Salt Lake with 1:37 to go. Orlando trying to improve to 4-0 next week, taking on undefeated Birmingham. That game, of course, has been moved to TNT. Can't wait to see the battle of the undefeated. That, of course, if Birmingham can remain undefeated tomorrow. And then, by the way, they're taking on a very good Arizona Hotshots team coached by Rick Neuheisel that will put up some numbers on you.
Yeah, they had one of the best offenses in this league last week before they ran into the Stallions defense. They're playing the Atlanta Legends tomorrow night. I just want to real quick go back to Ankara, that play right there. What a great story Ankara is. He was born in Maryland, and he ended up moving to Ghana. Lived in Ghana for 4 years, was raised by his grandmother. Before coming back, he didn't even start playing football and didn't even start until his senior year. He was a skateboarder.
4th and 10. Woodrum.
Beat him up ball.
Wow. Almost intercepted by Keith Reeser. That would have been his 3rd pick of the season. Again, hard to hold on to the ball in these conditions, and that could be the ball game. Here's another look.
Yeah, it looks like he just overthrows him right here. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't know if he was trying to throw that to Pearson-L or Kenny Bell. Nobody was in the area. But Reeser, I mean, he had a big interception last week. Oh, man, he almost had an interception earlier in the game. I know he's going to be catching some heat over on the sidelines from his buddies.
Could have been tied for the league lead with Terrence Garvin.
I'm sure he's over there saying, hey, man, I was just patting it down. It's 4th down,
yeah,
right?
I wanted to give it to you.
Yeah.
And they are in victory formation. Are the Orlando Apollos, the head ball coach, Steve Spurrier and his squad, going to move to 4-0 next week, of course, taking on a very talented Birmingham team, currently undefeated at 3-0. Look at the updated standings. A battle for the supremacy of the East in Birmingham next week at Legion Field. Orlando, just a fun team to watch. And I think both teams were handcuffed a little bit by the conditions here. Not easy to get a whole lot done, but you have to be impressed with what Spurrier's quarterback Garrett Gilbert did. 22 of 32, 246 yards, and a touchdown in the snow.
I mean, you got to be impressed with the way they were able to adapt. I mean, coming into the game, they were the most explosive offense. They were getting a lot of it done through the air. Obviously, with the conditions, they had to resort to the running game. But 2 weeks in a row now, their rushing offense has really sealed the game. They've been able to battle back and bleed a lot of time off the clock with their 4-minute offense. And 2 weeks in a row now, they're ending the game with the best play in football.
Yeah.
The victory formation.
We love the victory formation if you're on the right side of it. You know, they only had 66 rushing yards in week 2. Then they had 183 rushing yards last week. That was a season high for the Apollos. You know, and they're over 100 yards again, 123 yards on the ground. Dearness Johnson, Davion Smith, Akeem Hunt, you know, all chipping in. It was pretty even. 30 yards for Johnson, 35 for Hunt, 51 for Smith.
Running back by committee.
It works, and you got to wonder, as we look at Garrett Gilbert, if his performance in the Alliance this season will earn him another shot in the NFL. Played for the Panthers in Week 17, was backing up Kyle Allen, has some weapons on the outside in Charles Johnson and Jalen Marshall. And this Orlando team is going to fly back tonight to Orlando with smiles on their faces, my friend.
Nothing better than that flight home after a victory. I'm sure there will be some music.
Oh, yeah, I think you're probably right. I think Coach Spurrier is going to let the players select the playlist.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's got a pretty good playlist, too. You know, Spurrier's hip. He's cool. I wouldn't be surprised if he's dancing in the locker room with him. He's got a little whipping Dana in him.
Timeout by Orlando here as they try to wrap things up with 12 seconds to go here. So Salt Lake is going to drop to 1-3. I don't know if the record is indicative of the talent on this team. This is a good football team. Going to be in San Diego next week, taking on the best running back tandem in the league.
Yeah,
and Watson and Gardner. Clock stopped. Gilbert looking at the sideline.
It's 4th down here, so they're going to run a play.
Trying to run out as much time as they possibly can. And clock goes down to the 7-second mark on the Dearness Johnson carry. And get a good look at Dennis Erickson.
So that was an interesting play. I'll just say this. It was 4th down. They had 12 seconds left, so they kind of had to run a play. You know, the objective of that is let's get as much time off the clock as you can.
So why not run backwards?
No, why not step back, throw the ball as high as you can out of the back of the end zone, because the clock's not going to stop until that ball hits something. That would have taken a lot more time off the clock. I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying. You count on the hang time there.
Yeah, because the clock's going to stop anyways at change of possession.
And that handoff goes up the middle to Newby as the clock winds down. And Steve Spurrier going to go to midfield to shake hands with his good buddy and golf partner, Dennis Erickson. The first time ever that these two head coaches have met on the field, and Spurrier comes out victorious. Orlando still undefeated, improves to 4-0. We're back with the head ball coach after this.
Oh my goodness, this one had a little bit of everything.
It's a great day. We got football, baby.
I got you on this one. It's a pleasure, man.
I like that.
He makes big plays. What this guy brings is hope.
What does he need to do to win it?
That's priceless. You can't get that from a lot of people. Ready? I'm ready to go.
He was a can't-miss football player.
I'm coming hard. The guy has been able to do it all.
Touchdown! Can we talk football?
The NFL draft is officially open.
Which team gets it right tonight?
Bang! What a catch!
It is all on the line.
The Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Rabers.
Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Ranger. Hey, let's play football. Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too.
20-11, the final here in Salt Lake. The head ball coach, Steve Spurrier, still undefeated in the Alliance. Jason Fisher is with Coach Spurrier.
Coach Spurrier, congratulations, 4-0. Talk about the difference in the second half there. You came out, put some points on the board.
Yeah, we hit some passes, and Garrett threw the ball beautifully, especially second half. And we got a couple touchdowns instead of field goals, and that proved to be the difference. But, yeah, this was a fun one. I told the guys beforehand, if us Florida boys can come out and win one in the snow in Utah, we'll have something to talk about.
Hey, now you're undefeated in Utah in your coaching career. How about that?
Well, I'm lucky to be. That's not the big deal. Winning in the snow is the big deal.
Exactly. Hey, now you got a big matchup next week against the only other currently undefeated team in the Alliance, the Birmingham Iron. I know you're going to enjoy this victory, but how do you start preparing for that?
We do it the same way we do every week. These guys are pretty good. One game at a time. If we win, we celebrate a little bit, get it over with. And in fact, tomorrow we'll get home about 5 in the morning.
All right.
And the guys want to do their weightlifting thing Sunday afternoon. So they'll get on the bus and go do that. And we'll start getting ready for Birmingham throughout the week.
Well, enjoy this one. You going to have a good time on the plane?
This was a good one.
All right.
It was just to win in the snow.
Congrats, Coach. All right, Dan, Sean, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jason. A look at the standings here. Orlando, the only 4-0 team, one of 2 undefeated teams left. As you can see, hey, he talks about the Florida boys remaining undefeated and winning in the snow. Why not have a little fun in the snow after the game? Snowball fight, big man.
Yeah, tell Jason to watch out, man. You don't want to get hit, innocent bystander getting hit. But for some of these guys, this may be the first time they've even seen it. Unless they've got a daughter and they're watching the movie Frozen. Cold never bothered him anyway.
Hey, some of these guys played at cold weather states in college. Orlando comes into Utah. The first game that Steve Spurrier has ever coached here and gets the win over the hometown Stallions. They remain undefeated. The Alliance studio crew coming up after this.
The New England Patriots are Super Bowl champions. Gear up with the official Super Bowl trophy collection. Available now at NFLShop.com. Get your commemorative men's and women's Super Bowl 53 championship t-shirts, jacket, and official hat. The same ones the players wear on the field as they hoist the Vince Lombardi trophy. Don't miss out. Shop now and get free shipping. NFLShop.com.
Want to bring those ups to football?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
What about you?
You want to show how to ATL do?
Bring it that way.
Can I bring my superpowers?
Tell them. Yes.
Can I bring the heat?
Definitely bring that.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring them.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They still going crazy. Still going crazy.
They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
You want the NFL? Go to the NFL. We will cover it every step of the way on NFL Total Access.
The people that we have on the show bring interesting perspectives to the table.
We have guys who have Super Bowl championships and gold jackets from the Hall of Fame, just talking football.
I think people are craving authenticity. We get a chance to really go straight to the source. And it's that access that's so exciting and makes this show so fun.
Wherever the story goes, we will take you.
And it is all fun and games in the snow for the Orlando Apollos, who go into Salt Lake and leave this evening after a 20-11 win with a 4-0 start now through 4 weeks in the Alliance. And guys, kind of a fun game to watch. The snow there, Steve Spurrier coaching for the first time ever in the state of Utah. And it was a little bit of a take it to the ground and get it done.
Yeah, I mean, they had the ground game, but your quarterback didn't turn the ball over again. He has 6 touchdowns this season, 0 interceptions. And Kevin, when they do that, you can win football games.
You know what? And also, their defense is wide open, and they are attacking. Earl Okine and those guys up front got after the quarterback. And, we really didn't know which way this game would go because it's kind of a clash of 2 different styles, but the wide open,
But Orlando now
4-0.
4-0, and we have another undefeated team for you tomorrow trying to stay that way. The Birmingham Iron and the San Antonio Commanders, and then followed by the Atlanta Legends and the Arizona Hotshots. That game right here on NFL Network. We will see you on Sunday for more Alliance football.
The most important thing is our kids and our community.
Chicago has been hit with a major spike in gun violence.
We kind of tag teamed and said, all right, let's do something.
When I heard the stats about literacy by 4th grade being a big marker for success, I was sold.
It's really about bridging that gap with the law enforcement.
It's about laying a foundation to be able to create change and be able to change lives.
Our kids need to see somebody that look like them, that went through what they went through.
Hey, Sticks, you playing football this year?
Let me get back to you.
What about you?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
You ain't never heard a voice like this.
I dig it.
Cool. Let me get the mic.
The mic?
That's what I'm trying